From the street, the house looks settled. The hedges are trimmed evenly. The paint isn't fresh, but it's cared for. Curtains hang straight, never half-drawn. Nothing about it suggests interruption. It's the kind of place that signals consistency to anyone passing by. Someone lives here who keeps things in order. That part is true. What it doesn't show is how deliberate that order is. How much of it was built to compensate for things that didn't hold. When she arrives, she doesn't rush to the door. She stands at the edge of the walkway for a moment, looking at the house like she's checking whether it matches what she imagined. The lawyer beside her says something quietly. She nods, but it's delayed, like she didn't fully hear him. Then she walks up and knocks. Inside, there's a pause before the door opens. Not hesitation exactly, more like a measured decision. He sees her, takes in the black dress, the man beside her, the folder in his hand. None of it surprises him in a visible way. If anything, his stillness suggests he had already accounted for this possibility. He steps aside. No greetings. The lawyer introduces himself, but the name doesn't settle into anything meaningful. It's just another formal layer placed over something that isn't formal at all. The kitchen is where they end up. It's clean, not sterile, but nothing is out of place. A lived-in space that's been kept from drifting. I'm contesting the will, she says. She says it like she practiced it, not loudly, not defensively, just with enough firmness to make it real. He nods once, as if acknowledging a detail rather than a challenge. Sit, he says. She doesn't at first. The lawyer does, cautiously, placing his folder on the table, like it might anchor the conversation. Coffee is offered. Not as hospitality, exactly. More like structure. Something to organize the next few minutes. While the water heats, no one speaks. The quiet isn't tense in the usual way. It's uneven. Like everyone is aware that the actual subject hasn't been named yet. She looks around the kitchen, noticing small things. The same cabinet handles, the faint mark on the wall that was there years ago. Some things haven't changed, others have in ways that aren't visible. You kept it the same, she says. It slips out before she can filter it. For the most part, he replies, no elaboration. The lawyer clears his throat, pulling the conversation back toward its stated purpose. My client believes there are legitimate concerns regarding the circumstances under which the will was finalized. We'd prefer to resolve this without escalation, but she wasn't there, he says, not looking at him. The lawyer stops. The statement isn't aggressive. It's just placed in the room, redirecting it. She exhales slightly, like she expected that. I had reasons, she says. It's the first time her voice shifts. Less controlled. Not emotional, but closer to it. He doesn't respond immediately. He pours the coffee, sets a cup in front of her, then one for the lawyer. She still hasn't sat down. Reasons don't change what happened, he says. It's not sharp, just steady. The lawyer leans forward, trying to regain footing. Legally, absence doesn't invalidate. He slides a folder onto the table. Not toward the lawyer, toward her. It stops just within her reach. The movement is quiet, but it changes the room. Even the lawyer notices, sitting back slightly. She looks at the folder, then at him. What is this? She asks. You should read it, he says. There's no insistence in his voice. Just certainty. She sits down finally, opens it. The pages inside aren't legal arguments, not in the way she expected. They're records, copies, dates, attempts. Her eyes move slowly at first, then more deliberately call logs. Certified letters. Notes attached in handwriting she recognizes immediately. The lawyer leans in, trying to follow, but this isn't material he prepared. He's reading it for the first time too. He kept track? She asks, barely audible. He didn't know what else to do, he replies. She flips another page, a returned envelope, marked unopened, a note beneath it, wrong address again, another page, left voicemail. No response. The entries don't escalate. They don't become angry. If anything, they become shorter over time, less detailed, as if even writing it down started to feel unnecessary. At the bottom of the last page, there's a single line, no date, just written across the space. I hope she's all right. Her hand still's there. The lawyer shifts, visibly uncomfortable now. This doesn't directly affect the validity of the will, he says, but his tone lacks conviction. It's technically true. But it's no longer the center of anything. She closes the folder slowly, not abruptly, not in rejection. More like she's careful with it. He told me you didn't want contact, she says. It's not an accusation. It's confusion surfacing late. He thought that, he says. A pause, until he didn't. The distinction sits there. She looks at the table, not at him. Something in her posture changes, not collapsing, not breaking, just less certain of the ground she came in on. The lawyer tries once more. We can still proceed if... No, she says. This time, it's immediate clear. She stands, but not with the same composure she arrived with. There's a slight delay in her movements, like she's recalibrating something internal. Her hand rests briefly on the back of the chair. Not for balance, just to pause. She looks at him then, not searching for a reaction, not expecting anything, just looking. You could have told me, she says. He considers that. I didn't know where to send it, he replies. It lands differently than everything else. Not defensive, not final. Just incomplete. She nods once. The lawyer gathers his things quietly now, no longer directing anything. They move toward the door. She stops before stepping out, glances back. Not at the house, not at the room, but at him. There's something there. Not resolution, not even understanding. Just recognition that whatever brought her here wasn't as simple as she thought. Then she leaves. The door closes with the same controlled finality it opened with. Inside, nothing has changed physically. The kitchen remains ordered. The coffee sits untouched, but the stillness is different now, not disrupted. Adjusted, he stands there for a while, looking at the folder she left behind on the table. He doesn't open it again. Eventually, he moves it back to the counter, aligning it with the edge like everything else. From the street, the house still looks the same, but inside, the version of events it holds isn't as settled as it was that morning.